3 lesson video, and yes, again, this is a short one. So now we're going to focus on heterogeneous aqueous systems. So we're going to talk about the difference in a solution, a colloid, and a suspension. So the easiest way for me to go over these is to make sure you know an example of each, because then all the stuff you learn in the slide, you can already figure out just knowing an example. So a suspension is a mixture from which particles settle out upon standing because the solute particles are very large. An example is Italian salad dressing. You can literally see some of the particles, and you know that when you buy it at the store, it's all separated and all those big chunky particles are at the bottom. And so what do you have to do before you use it? You shake it up. Okay, so if you'll remember that Italian salad dressing is a suspension, that'll help you remember the properties of it. So a colloid is a heterogeneous mixture containing particles that are smaller than a suspension but larger than a solution. A colloid's particles do not settle out with time, and a colloid's particles are too small to be separated by filtering. Examples include whipped cream, milk, and jello. So the example I would have you remember is milk. Alright, so think about Italian salad dressing. Its particles are large, they settle over time. If I pour it through filter paper, the liquid's going to pass through, but all those spices, because they're so large, will be caught in the filter paper, so I can filter it. Whereas think about milk. Milk, the particles aren't as large as a suspension, so they don't settle. Like, I don't need to shake my milk up before I use it. And if I pour milk through filter paper, I shouldn't catch anything. And if you catch something, it means either A, you don't have homogenized milk, or B, your milk has expired. You need to throw it away. So colloids particles are small enough to seem uniform, but they are large enough to scatter light. The scattering of light by colloids particles is called the Tyndall Effect. So if you look, here we have a laser passing through two different liquids. The first one is a solution, or just pure water, where the particles are extremely small. So you can see where the laser is passing through the glass, but you can't see it actually passing through the liquid. But this is a colloid, so you can see where it passes through the glass, and because the colloid has medium-sized particles, even though when we say medium, we can't see them with our eyes, it's enough to scatter the light, so then I can see the laser passing through it. So, hydrophilic colloids are water-loving, and hydrophobic are water-fearing. So hydro, of course, means water, and philic means a love of, and phobic means a fear of. So, section assessment. How does a suspension differ from a solution? Well, there's a couple of different ways. Suspensions settle over time, and they can be filtered. A solution does not settle and cannot be filtered. Oh, my D got a little tiny there. Then it says, what distinguishes a colloid from a suspension and solution? Well, if you need to distinguish all three of them, it would be based on particle size. So, solutions have small particle size, colloids have medium or intermediate particle sizes, and suspensions have large particle size. And it's based on the largest particles in the solution or the mixture. And then, can you separate a colloid by filtering? Well, remember, example is milk, so no, the particles are medium sized, but they are not large enough to be separated by filtering. Alright, so that is probably one of the shortest lesson videos I've ever made. Chapter 15 is pretty awesome.